What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is referee Steven Dumeng here for 1495 Sports. Our good friends, always check them out. And I'm riding solo, no Bobby Cassell. Unfortunately, we had some scheduling conflicts, so Bobby will not be present. And unfortunately, our good friends at Rono Media, they got some big things on their horizon, and they have to focus their attention on those bigger projects. So we wish Rono Media nothing but the best, and I'm super thankful to have worked with them, and I'm very much looking forward to hopefully working with them in the near future. But for now, we're back to business. We got the old school look today. But let's not waste any more time. 1495 Sports, I got to give these predictions. Here we go. UFC, or rather, here we go. Throwback for our good friends who have watched UFC for a long time. They'll know exactly what that reference was. But anyways, Arnold Allen opening up the main card against none other than Gene Silva. 16-3 for Gene Silva, 20-3 for Arnold Allen. Very similar amounts of experience, very competitive fight, great matchmaking, and what will happen here? I mean, Gene Silva, one of the most violent fighters in the organization, and I mean that when you have the whole roster, I'm talking every single person on that roster, easily still one of the most violent on the roster currently. Gene Silva getting some destructive finishes. He's looking to bounce back from a TKO loss to Diego Lopez. Prior to that, he was going on a finishing spree. I mean, just brutalizing the competition. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fight win streak prior to the loss in the UFC. That is, he has more wins beyond that. But in the UFC, he had a 5-fight win streak that got snapped. But let me get back to that because, like I said, nothing but pure violence. He's always looking for the finish. I think it's going to be no surprise he'll be looking to take Arnold Allen's head off. He has 12 wins by knockout, only 1 decision win, 3 submission wins as well. But again, very obvious what his game plan will be, and I think ideally he's going to want to keep those this fight on the feet and throw hands. However, will Arnold Allen let that happen? I don't see that happening whatsoever. Arnold Allen has a very good resume, a very talented fighter, very smart fighter. I don't see him giving Silva a chance to really unload. I think he's going to fight a smart fight. I think he's going to close the distance, make this more of a grappling exchange than a strike exchange, which I think is much more beneficial for Arnold. Arnold does have a few wins by knockout himself, not as many as Gene. I think Gene does have the power advantage. If they keep this on the feet, I think Gene can get the knockout. We've never seen Arnold Allen stopped, period. No submission losses, no knockout losses. Gene could certainly be the first guy to do it, but I don't see it happening here. Arnold will be looking to get back on that crazy win streak he was on prior to the 2 losses to Evlov and Holloway, 2 decision losses there, but he did bounce back with a win over Giga Chikadze, unanimous decision win, and I think that will continue. I think we'll see a decision win. He has 9 wins by decision, nearly half of his wins by going to the cards, and I think that will not change here. I think we're going to see Arnold Allen by unanimous decision, fighting a very safe, very smart fight, more grapple heavy, and make and give Silva no chance to take his head off. I certainly wouldn't want that in any case if I was fighting Silva. But in any case, moving on from one Silva to another, we have Natalia Silva, 19-5-1 against Rose Namajunas, who's 14-7. Natalia Silva, yes, I'm always looking at SureDog. I got my iPad here. SureDog's my go-to website, has always been since 2005, I believe. But good friends, always give them that a shout out. We have Natalia Silva, who's riding a crazy win streak, not even just in the UFC. In the UFC alone, she's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fights in a row in the UFC, 7-0. And she has not lost since 2017, so she's on an incredible fighting win streak with a lot of fights, a win streak. And Rose, unfortunately, not on a win streak right now, 14-7. However, she's looking to get back on the championship road. I mean, we've seen Rose is the kind of fight we've seen. Rose, the elite top level fighter Rose, and we've seen Rose, unfortunately, on the other side of things, on the other side of that. And, which Rose will we get? That's always something that's very intriguing when she is in the octagon. She has been, she's 3-3 in her last 6. So again, kind of in the middle of the road right now in regards to that consistency. And which Rose will we get? I will say first and foremost, I see this fight going to the cards without question. I am gonna go with Natalia Silva by unanimous decision. Rose, I just don't know which Rose we're gonna get. She is coming off a decision win over Miranda Maverick. However, prior to that, she had lost to Erin Blanchfield, also by decision. Natalia Silva just looking like the more consistent, better fighter right now, in my opinion. And I think she'll continue her streak, and she will be 25-1 once this is all said and done. Moving on, I think we'll get our first finish on the main card with the heavyweights. We got Waldo Cortez Acosta, South Savoy, 16-2 with 8 knockouts against the, to my knowledge, I think the reigning defending knockout artist in the UFC, none other than Derek Lewis, the Black Beast. Extremely entertaining fighter, has always been. 40 years old, he is up there. But let me tell you, despite that, at heavyweight, that's what I think the saying is: you lose your power the last. Rather, that would be the last thing you lose. But got to give Black Beast nothing but all the credit in the world, nothing but credit, because at 40 years old, this guy is still throwing hands, still getting knockouts over prospects. I mean, his most recent win was against Taliesin Teixeira, and he scored that 35-second TKO. Prior to that was another TKO. And then he did lose to Jailton Almeida by unanimous decision, but again, another near 30-second TKO right before that. So Black Beast will be looking to make it 25 knockouts. I mean, that's wild. 24 knockouts on his resume. One submission win, 4 decision wins. And yeah, I mean, will it be 25? Will it be the 25th? Will Waldo be number 25? It could very likely happen. If Waldo does not fight a smart fight, I think Waldo does have power. I'm not going to deny that. However, I think Derek has more power, and he can certainly catch Waldo and knock him out. It'd be, where's Waldo? Where he'll find Waldo. It can very much happen. And will it happen? I don't think so. Waldo is on a fantastic run right now. His only loss was to Pavlovich, but aside from that, he's been on fire. I mean, despite that loss, he had won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fights with that one loss sandwiched in there. And I mean, he's coming off back-to-back knockout wins. He certainly could knock out Derek Lewis. We've seen Derek Lewis get knocked out before. I don't see that happening. What I do see, I would love to see, given the nature of heavyweight fights, because heavyweight fights can either be insane quick knockouts, or they could be respectfully. I'm not a fighter, and obviously all these guys can knock me out. But some of these heavyweight fights can be atrocious, like 3-round snooze fests. I hope we don't get the snooze fest. It can very likely happen. I hope we see Waldo get the win by TKO. I don't have the confidence right now. And the more I look into the resumes and whatnot, this could potentially be a terrible fight. But I hope it's not. But it could be. It would be great if it's a fun, just strike exchange, just bar fight, 3 rounds of chaos. That would be awesome. That would be the best case. But I will say, I think, do we see Waldo getting the... I think Waldo could get the unanimous decision here. I hope it's, like I said, I hope it doesn't go to the cards, but I could see it happening. I'm going to go with Waldo. I don't think Black Beast is going to find Waldo, but we're going to go with Waldo by Let's see. Waldo by unanimous decision. I don't think he's going to want to stand and bang with Derek Lewis, and I can't blame him. But moving on to the, co-main event of the evening. We have Sugar Sean O'Malley, 18-3. Knockout artist in his own right with 12 knockouts under his belt against Yadong Song, 22-8-1. O'Malley looking to get back on track with two losses in a row, double losses to Merab. I mean, I don't even know why that second fight happened personally. But in any case, Merab did submit him the last time we saw O'Malley. Prior to that, the Merab losses, he was the champ and he had defeated several, very, very talented fighters, Marlon Vera and Aljamain Sterling. The split decision win over the current champ, no less. So this is a very pivotal fight for O'Malley. We really got to see where he will be after this one, win or lose. Song is a very talented fighter, a very tough fight for O'Malley. I mean, he's mixed it up. We've seen him get knockouts and submissions, although not as many submissions. He typically does win by knockout or decision, but a very well-rounded fighter, in my opinion. 22-8-1, coming off a technical decision over Henry Cejudo, the recently retired Cejudo. Prior to that, he also was in there with Jan, who is the current champion, who, as I mentioned before, O'Malley does own a split decision victory over, and that was recent as well. So with that in mind, again, Song, I believe, very well-rounded fighter. I think you guys are going to hate me. I think this is going to go to the cards as well. I don't see O'Malley tagging Song and knocking him out. I mean, he has 2 KO TKO losses. That is Song. That is 0 submission losses, 5 decision losses. And I believe we will see O'Malley fight very technically. I think he'll be putting on a nice striking display, and he'll cruise to a unanimous decision victory, make sure he gets back on track. So I don't think he's going to take as many risks. He really needs to get back in the win column. And I just don't think Song is going to be able to match his striking. So I think that's going to be the big deciding factor. We'll see Sean O'Malley by unanimous decision. All right, now I'm going to call a finish here, an actual finish, no decisions. We have our main event of the evening for the interim lightweight championship. We got the highlight. Justin Gaethje, 26-5. Wow, I didn't realize how close he is on knockouts. 20 knockouts under his resume. I mean, he's almost at 24 for what Derek Lewis has. And this is also obviously just in general, incorporating more than just the UFC. But 26-5, and he's coming off that decision win over Fiziev. Prior to that, he was in that insane fight with Max Holloway where he got knocked out at the very last second. Before that, he had knocked out Dustin Poirier. He also scored another win over Fiziev, over a majority decision that time. And those were his most recent fights. I mean, Gaethje, again, when talking about violence, this man always delivers. He's one of the guys that is always delivering on the chaos, and we will see him against Paddy Pimblett. Some saying he's not deserving, Paddy that is, of this title shot. 23-3, undefeated in the UFC. Most recently stopping Michael Chandler, someone that, we have seen Gaethje in there before with, and he himself owns a victory over Chandler by decision. Paddy Pimblett has been really tearing it up. I mean, say what you will about him, he is on the win column. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fight win streak in the UFC, 7-0 in the UFC. Will he make it 8-0 against Justin Gaethje? He certainly can. I think it's very possible. He can stop Justin Gaethje. We've seen Gaethje stop before by knockout and submission. He certainly can do it. I think Gaethje does have the power advantage. I think Gaethje can knock him out. But, oh man, this is going to be a tough one to call. I think Gaethje's also up there in age. He's 37 years old. Let's see, Paddy Pimblett is Definitely a younger fighter, but I mean, he's young. He's younger by a few years, not as much as I had thought. But at the lighter weight classes, age is a much bigger factor. So with that in mind, I think we will see Paddy Pimblett scoring a TKO upset. I'm going to call it, in my opinion, it's an upset, over Justin Gaethje. And I think we'll see Gaethje just throw caution to the wind. I think he's going to tag Paddy. I think he'll think that he has the fight and try to secure that knockout, highlight reel knockout. And then he himself will get tagged. And I think we will see Paddy Pimblett score the TKO in the second round. This is going to be chaos, though. But yes, those are my picks, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until the next one, enjoy the fights. We'll see you soon.